Hey guys, Mike here again with Old Iron. Last night we pulled the frame rails that I bent out. We got all those welded up, and we got one cross beam in. Got a bunch of measurements, and I've got a bunch more measurements to take. Now, what the game plan is we've got a cross brace about halfway through the vehicle right now because that's basically where the well, not basically, it is where the floor is going to go flat. There's not going to be a trans tunnel. So what my game plan is for today is from there back, I'm going to get all the cross supports on the center section done, or at least cut in intact. Okay, and then I'm going to come up here and we're going to start boxing out this firewall, the supports for the firewall, and get all that hopefully framed out. And it's probably going to be it for today, honestly, unless everything just goes butter smooth, because after we get the framing for the firewall in, then we got to start framing out the front section of the floor around the trans tunnel and getting all that triangulated and all the supports and stuff like that in. But I need this in first because this has to tie into that cross piece that we put in the back. And I'll take you off the camera in a little bit and I'll show you that. We're going to start on the second piece that has to go down the frame rail. We already did the first one. I cheated. I wanted to make sure what we were thinking would actually work before we ended up doing it on camera. So our first cut is 17 1/8. We're going to relief cut them going down to bend it where we need to bend it to get it up the rail. I completely lost on what I was going to do.
Your new gloves from the back.
Yeah! Well, my new old gloves.
Yeah, your new old gloves.
My old new gloves?
Yeah, your old new gloves.
One way or the other?
Something like that.
Hey, you know something? You know what the best part of being a hot rodder is?
It's okay to lose your mind?
Nope. You sure you don't know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
When you can no longer get a Woody, you can go out and buy one. All right. Now, my marker. 7 3/16.
Just remember, this is not a follow along. I doubt somebody's gonna have the exact same frame, the exact same ascension.
You never know.
True enough, I guess.
It's still it applies to everything.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what are the chances somebody's gonna have almost the exact same frame lying around with the exact same measurements? You know?
Hey, what I teach here could actually even apply to sex if you're into that type of thing.
Cut her apart, spread her this way.
A little bit of welding, a little bit of Bondo. You know what I saw on Facebook Marketplace? You know how we get those sponsored ads?
Yeah.
I get the weirdest shit on that. It was a full, I mean like face and all, it was a full silicone bodysuit.
I knew it. I knew it. By the way you were talking, I knew it. I knew it.
So what you do is you buy one of those and you throw it in the trunk of your car. That way, if you're like out at a bar and you pick up an ugly chick, you just have her put on the suit.
I thought you were gonna say fill it with foam. That way they suspect you of murder.
And oddly enough, it's got openings in all the right places too.
That's so disturbing.
It is. It's like, why do I keep getting stuff like that? You know.
What are you and mom doing that I don't need to know
Well,
about?
no, they say Google and everything. You know, it listens to you.
Yeah. What?
And you know how much shit I talk. Just out of the blue, just joking around and stuff. I guess it picks it up, and then it gives me ads for it. So. slide it this way a little bit, like that. Got it?
You picked me up with that.
Huh?
You picked me up with it.
This is my pure strength.
What it was is that brick was too far apart, and I had my legs spread really far. They weren't picking up my full weight.
Lots more. Not lots, but
Little bits.
little bits, little bit, lots. Lots, a little bit. How's that? Ready?
Yep. You're still picking. Damn.
All's on, man. Be good.
Oh shit.
Don't break my shit.
Hey, it
All
looks
right.
like I just did.
Brief intermission because my son's a klutz. My son in power tools. Just throwing it out there.
Hey, you're the one that tries to attack me. Plasma torch across my hand.
Did it hurt?
Yes.
Nah. It makes you a man. If you hurt yourself, it only hurts till you lose consciousness. If you're falling, it only hurts
Until you hit the ground.
when you stop.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the best fatherly advice I can give you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ba-ba-da. Just flap them down. Flap down any of the hard shit.
Okay.
Here, you want these gloves?
Yeah. Either way,
Here.
I'll be fine without them.
Safety.
Figuring that out, and you never told me where they are, or if they need any sort of program.
Oh shit. Grab a hammer. Knock that little plastic plug out of there.
Yeah.
There.
I got a hammer right here.
There we go.
You didn't need that, did you?
Huh?
You said you didn't need that, did you?
Hey, that was original.
Oh yeah. Not anymore. Oh, hell.
No, you gotta do it from up here, dude.
Damn.
That's why I said you gotta be to the left of me.
That sucked.
Ready?
That's with it. It's off center.
It's probably moved from me just,
Touching it.
yeah. Alright, you do need to pick it up. I need to slide it back about a... Alright, go ahead. About there, I'm guessing?
No.
No, that looks about right, man.
It said about there, so I set it down. Because your hands were out of the way. I was like, okay. You gotta tell me twice.
Alright guys, here's a closer view of what we got going on. We've got the pieces on the rail, and the only reason I got them clamped down is because I want to hold that shape on that long curve there. And later on tonight I'll come through and I'll tack it up, and then once I got it all tacked up, I'll pull them out and finish welding them up, clean them up, and then put them back in. But they run all the way back to the other side of that brace where the frame rail flattens out for the trunk. And we're not sure what we're doing with the trunk yet. So we're going to kind of do that separate, if that makes any sense. It's going to be a little bit more of a pain, but it's just kind of the way that we're going to be a pain, but it's going to be the easiest way, if that makes any sense. But we've got all the contours. It's coming down and it ends up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mocking up the front section. And once I get that mocked up and ready to tack in, then I'll come back and I'll tack this in. All right, guys. We're going to finish tacking up these relief cuts so I can pull these out and they don't move. And I'll finish weld them up, clean them up, make them move out pretty. Well, hopefully pretty. And I think after that, I'm just going to turn off the camera and I'm going to start cleaning some of this stuff up. And I think after this, I'm just going to turn off the camera and clean the shop up a little bit, where when I come out here tomorrow, I'm not tripping over as much as I tripped over today. So we'll get to welding this, and then we'll see where we're at. We only got a couple more little spots. I got most of it done. That's your one. I can't wait till the supports are out of this car. That wears me out the most, getting in and out from underneath these supports. Gotta have them in there, you know what I mean? That's about it, guys, for tonight. I'm a fat kid and it's about dinner time. So that's about it. We're going to end up cleaning up the shop a little bit. That way I can get a fresh start in the morning. We got the bottom frame runners, whatever you want to call them. We got those contoured. We got those in. I've got the uprights in the cross beam for what's going to be the start of the support for the firewall. And then once I get that in, I can get the measurements to box out the rest of it. But a lot of this, you just can't measure it, cut everything, and then put the pieces together. You got to do a section, and then you got to take measurements off of that to do the next section, and so on and so forth. So it's a little time consuming, and quite honestly, I've spent more time today staring at this thing than I did actually doing any work, because you got to kind of plan 2-3 steps ahead to where, okay, if I put this in here, how's this going to work, and how's that going to work, and all that crap. So it's more up here than it is here right now. But we're getting close, and I'll pull these out tomorrow, completely weld them up, and then we'll put those back in. We'll get the body height. Yeah, there I go thinking again. We need to get the body height to where it's going to be. The front needs to come down just a hair. The back needs to come up just a hair. And when I say hair, probably about a 1/2 inch each direction. And that should get us to where we want to be. And that way we can just run it straight across, at least up to the trans tunnel, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys. She's getting there, slow but sure. And you can see what we got done so far. We got some of the crosses in. We got the back cross in. And that's basically where the floor is going to come up, and there's going to be a shelf back there. I'm not going to have a back seat. But we're just about ready to start working on the front motor mounts. I actually started. I was getting tired, I was sore, and I messed up, so I stopped. But what we're looking at is this bracket I got on the A pillar, actually sits like this just because of the way it's shaped. And when I built this here, I built it at an exact 90, and that's not an exact 90. But I don't think I wasted it because the other one on the other side is pretty much an exact 90. So all I got to do is trim this down a little bit, and I can flip this, put it on the other side, and just make another one for this side. But they're gonna weld to this piece here, and then they'll be welded down here, and that'll actually hold the A pillars in place. So we'll have one of those on each side. We'll have them on the B pillars, and what I'm calling the C pillars in the very back. And then once we open up the trunk and we start that section, we'll tie in that back area too. I'm really not sure how yet, because we still got the old pan in there and stuff like that. Well, not the original pan, but the pan they put in it. And we'll have to see what's going on with that. But that's where we're at right now. If you want to keep following along, once again, please subscribe. Hit that good old thumbs up button. We really appreciate it. Leave us a comment too, man. We always like reading those comments. So we appreciate every last one of you, and we will see you soon.